When I had first started talking about coming to Homegrown Outfitters, it was obvious that this was going to be something special. And it was immediately obvious that the Homegrown staff had taken all the knowledge and really was designing the absolute ultimate place to hunt whitetail deer. Through those conversations and understanding what the Homegrown staff was doing to the properties was just really even hard to fathom. Even hard to believe that it was really going to be this incredible. What's really neat about the setup on this farm that was called the silo farm was you essentially have these 3 major ridge tops that all lead to a newly designed centralized food plot. That is a fantastic size food plot that has 3 rednecks on the food plot surrounding it, so it's able to be hunted with very minimal pressure. What was neat about the setup was there was a corn patch in the middle of the food plot that separated it visually, so it really broke it into 2 large fields rather than just one, with standing corn on the south side of it too, so lots of standing food. One of the neat things was just how all these stands were set up on these ridges and not set up down in the areas really to blow the deer out of the property. The stands are set up around this farm in order to hunt it and hunt it effectively, but yet not disrupt the deer movement to the point where you're pushing deer around and they're just becoming nocturnal. The excitement sitting on food plots that are designed like this is something that I've never experienced, and it's just second to none.
Well, welcome to Homegrown Outfitters for dinner tonight. We're gonna celebrate with a feast. This is my penne pasta. It has ribeye in it. And we have our 4 cheese al grande potatoes. This is the duck confit. We have our Caesar salad. For the main entree, we have pan-seared ribeye. And then for dessert, we have chocolate cake. And we have a blackberry cheesecake.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, bon appetit.
Coming into the field in the morning was always especially unique. Coming into the set and really just getting to watch the woods wake up around us. And watching the woods come to life really made that feeling of being a hunter really special at Homegrown Outfitters. I've had the fortune of harvesting some pretty fantastic animals around the country and in Canada. And having done that and knowing the property and what it was like here, I really came into this hunt with almost a Booner or bust type of mentality. It was really going to need to be a very special animal. Just given the terrain, the property, the genetics of the area, this was really a hunt for me that was just filled with an incredible amount of emotion and just a genuine sense of optimism that at any given second, a deer of a lifetime could be stepping out.
That's what I've been expecting to see, is these younger bucks moving around all over the place. About 18 degrees here this morning in Buffalo County. Fed to one pretty good 8-point, another young 8-point going down the ridge right here. It's cold. Sun just coming up, pretty high pressure. Should be expecting to see some deer moving. We're set up right next to this huge bedding area, and they are just cruising this thing, trying to win it. We're in the middle of 2 bedding areas actually, on this top of this ridge. And just a fantastic spot, but this cold weather's really got them moving. Tonight's gonna be fantastic. We've got some pictures already with the cell camera of a huge 8-point that's on the field, as well as a couple other just dandies. Tonight's gonna be on a fire. Looking forward to it. Just got set up in here. We were sitting about, I'd say about 100, 120 yards to the south of us this morning. Had some good action. Wind was really swirling on us, so we made an adjustment, moved up here to the corner where the rednecks had, where a lot of the deer were moving, and it's going to be an interesting afternoon, that's for sure. Decent buck. Heavy buck. Big brows. 3.5. He's heavy for 3.5.
That evening, we had an incredible amount of deer activity all over the field, deer coming from all different directions. And sitting in the redneck blind, it's really the only way you could possibly sit in a spot, otherwise you'd blow the deer right off the field.
That was pretty sweet. Homegrown outfitters. That rally post worked pretty good, eh? Just like textbook, came in, left the branches, took a whiz. Nice planning, boys.
The next morning and evening, we hunted F as well and had a lot of deer activity, and really were right in the thick of it for that entire day.
Well, here we are, second evening here at Homegrown Outfitters, sitting in the redneck on a food plot that's pretty much stacked with beans, corn. Hopefully tonight we're going to see one of the big bruisers we've got on camera over here make an appearance. Got a great weather front moving in. Been snowing all day, going to stop here in about an hour or so I'm fully expecting the field's going to pile up full of does, and we should be perfect. Really looking forward to a great sit tonight.
We had an absolute stud come into the field, and he was in the field for a little bit, and we knew he was a shooter all day. Certainly a mature buck, mid 150s, an absolute stud. Had a lot of character, had a split brow, a kicker, and 12 scoreable points, and just an absolute trophy buck. When you want to shoot a deer in the 180s, you certainly know you got to pass something in the 150s. While this was a very tough decision to pass on this deer of a lifetime, it made it much easier just knowing the potential of the other deer that are out there. Don't regret passing on this deer at all.
The action just keeps picking up. We're seeing lots of deer running everywhere. It's getting more and more every day. We got snow on the ground, and it should just be getting better and better and better. It's going to be a great week. Should be just a matter of time. So, boy, it's been a heck of a start. My buddy Rob shot a pretty slim in 160s, 10-point, real nice deer. So we're going to go back and get a look at that.
Yeah, so I put a pretty good hit on him. I was real confident with the shot, probably a 30, 35-yard shot. So after walking back out, we headed to the lodge, drop some guys off, get some more guys, and we're gonna go back and see if we can find a trail and get our hands on them. There he is, boys.
Dude, that's awesome.
Mallard shot a giant 8-pointer the same night as Rob. And after the first night coming into camp, the excitement was on a level that I've never experienced.
Here he is. Proud of you, boy. Yeah. Got 4 stickers on him. Mainframe 8. Got some good mass on him too. Look at it. Just beams. All the way out.
He's a good one.
Yes, he is.
John Cook also shot a great deer with some real cool characters. Had a huge turkey foot on his G2 and just a really unique buck. So we had 3 deer down in the first 2 days. It just was an incredible start to the hunt. There was definitely going to be some temptation with all of the incredible deer that were on the property. And we did see just an insane amount of deer, insane amount of bucks, insane amount of big bucks. The sign was just unreal.
So we're tucked back in here in this huge hill in Buffalo County with Homegrown Outfitters, and I certainly expect to see some does pounding in this field and some bucks cruising. There's a nice community scrape right over here. And probably gonna come and get a drink out of that water because it's not frozen. Some of the other puddles we had on the way in were frozen, a lot harder to drink. So I got a hunch that those bucks are chasing those does around are gonna be thirsty, so that watering hole could really help us out tonight. Day 4. It's pretty exciting sit. We just got a potential Booner on camera last night to about 60 yards to the north of us. Those Cuddy-back digital cellular cameras are coming in handy. But we're sitting on the corner of this food plot. That's essentially the only food plot in a couple hundred acres. And set up on the ridge. It's a really, really long finger that goes out, and hopefully one of those big deer we got on camera are going to be coming right up this ridge right here to scent check this field.
So that evening we were catching these deer cruising along that large saddle, moving to the food source, trying to catch them right before dark. Lots of deer action again, but no shooter bucks that evening. We just thought they were absolutely had to be coming up from where set C was at. And this is where another perfect morning, high pressure, clear, crisp, quiet, super quiet, too quiet almost, and set up there, and we're just incredibly confident that we were going to be seeing something, these deer funneling up to the food plot in the morning to scent check that side of the field. And lo and behold, we did. A large shooter buck read the script, and he did come in right up behind and underneath us. And unfortunately, he saw me finishing drawing back. He got spooked, and he loaded and ran up the hill, and weren't able to capitalize on that opportunity. He did run up the hill and ran up to the field, and within a matter of minutes, there was another even larger buck that came out of the food plot from F, and that kind of set our game plan for the evening. We knew we wanted to be back in there, and we did move back up to that northwest corner of the food plot.
It's the top of the ninth, and we got one last shot here to fill our tag here at Homegrown, and it's certainly they picked up their end of the bargain this morning. We had an encounter, and it all happened pretty quick. But there was another buck that came out after that buck made its way up here. Another bigger buck actually stepped down. Hopefully things come together, because it has been just getting better and better every single day. The deer are just on their feet.
Boy, the last night did not disappoint. We just were covered up in deer all night and had some pretty good bucks surrounding the blind. And right at last light, we did have an encounter with Captain Hook. He came into 65 yards and almost presented us the shot, just didn't quite come in close enough, and had two other great bucks with him. Didn't want to push the shot, and we ended the night without a shot. But oh my goodness, the sense of optimism. I've never been so excited the entire time starting a hunt until we finished it. You know, it's really tough to describe a week like this. A great group of friends came together and enjoyed such an experience. Everyone was so excited from when we got there to how the tone was set, and throughout the entire week, just some of the deer that were harvested. The facilities, the food, the camaraderie, and just a general awe of what the Homegrown team had done to all these properties. I've never experienced anything like it. Just that pure sense of optimism really made it the most rewarding hunt possibly we've ever been on. And I did come home without an animal, unfortunately, but we did pass some pretty special animals along the way, and I have no regrets about that. And that being said, I've never had a more positive, uplifting week in my entire hunting career.